Hello guys, welcome back. So my main light died, so I'm just dealing with the light I have. So anyway, my new one came today, so that'll be good, but I just wanted to film this even though my light was kind of on the fritz and it was working when I did all the swatches for these, and just now it just barely died. So I'm glad that other one is here. So it might look a little bit different with the lighting. It's a little more harsh. So we're just gonna deal with it for this one video and hopefully I can get my other lights set up. But today I have another Olive and June collection review for you guys today. I just barely posted the fall review a couple weeks ago, I think, and I felt bad because a lot of those polishes were sold out. So when this winter set came, I wanted to make sure I got it up as fast as I could possibly get it up for you guys so those polishes don't disappear. I feel really bad that they run out so quickly, and some of them are limited edition and so you can't get your hands on them. So I wanted to get this up quickly for you guys. And hopefully you can get the ones that you want because there's a few really nice ones in here. They're just calling this the winter box, and you can buy the box. It comes with everything you need for your mani. It comes with the whole mani kit. So it comes with the nail polish remover, it comes with the top coat, and this time it came with this cute little ring here. It's a little bow ring. So adorable. And then in here it comes with like a nail file, the serum, some clippers, so everything you need for a mani, and a new boppy, a nail buffer, and a cleanup brush, which is really nice too. So anyway, that all comes in this too if you buy the mani system. I do have a discount code for Olive and June for first time customers, and it's OJ gopolished 20, and that will give you 20% off a mani or pedi system, which are really nice. I use both all the time. So you can buy the winter set as well, and that comes with the 7 polishes, and then there's 4 press-on shades. I don't have them send me press-ons only because I don't use them, and so I hate to waste them. Maybe I should have them send them to me. Let me know if you guys want to see them like in action or on camera, and I will get those, but I really don't wear them. But they have 4 of those, and I'll put them on the screen so you guys can see them. Or you can just buy the polish set, or you can buy individual polishes. I'll have links down below to the different sets depending on what you want to purchase, just to make it easy for you guys. First, let me talk about what's on my nails, and I'm wearing a color that you either love or you hate, and I actually really love it. It's from the ORLY Fall collection, and it's called Act of Folly. I just think it's so fun. I do like some of these pukey colors. This one's probably one of my favorites, and Essie Off the Grid, which is just a touch more brown and a little more neutral, and I just really wanted to wear this fall. I kind of wanted to wear one of these for this review, but I was like, I want to be able to wear this out, so I put this on. So it's not super festive for this video, but it's good for the fall. And we're still in fall, not quite ready for Christmas yet. But we're making these videos to prepare you all to be ready for Christmas, so that's why I wanted to get up so fast. I also want to let you know what I have on my lips. It's one of my favorite MAC lipsticks, and it's called Hug Me. It's a little bit of a touch darker nude on me, which I love. My lips are a little bit more darker pigmented, so it just deepens it enough, and I love to wear this shade in the fall. It's one of my favorite fall shades. I recently got rid of a bunch of my lipsticks because they were really old and gross, and I bought a new one of this because it's one of my favorite colors. So if you haven't tried that one, try it out. It's so good. I will also link this down below. When I had this on the other day on Instagram, I had a lot of questions for it and linked it there, but I will link it down below as well. Okay, there's 7 polishes in this collection. I feel like this is a pretty typical winter collection, and so I like the cohesiveness of it, and it's very winter and Christmas when you look at it, which I find really nice. Some are crelly, some are jellies, and then there's a few kind of sparkly ones in there. So we have Office Party here, and I really like this one. It has a nice white base. It reminds me a lot of OPI Funny Bunny. Olive and June has a white like this, and I just can't think of what the name is, but one of my favorites is Funny Bunny, so it reminded me of that. And then it has these gorgeous flakies in here, and they're irregular, and it's really like snowy, frosty flakies, and I just think it's so cool and pretty and quite unique. I think I will wear this. I just think it's so fun for the holidays or for winter, and it's nice and fresh on the nails. It does have a sheer base though, so you're going to need 3 coats to build this up, and with Olive and June you do need to allow just that little bit of extra drying time, so this did take a little bit longer to apply, so just keep that in mind. If that drives you crazy, then you probably won't like this one. Typically these kind of shades need all that drying time anyway, but Olive and June is just a little bit longer. But you're gonna get that long-lasting mani out of it, which is totally worth it to me, especially if I like a polish enough. And this one's fun. Okay, enough talking about that one. It did remind me of this one from the OPI collection that came out Same kind of glittery color, but this is just glitters and these are flaky, so they are different. So I did not do comparisons, but it reminded me of that one. This is called Chill 'Em with Kindness. Love that one. I'm liking these kinds of polishes more and more, and actually I think I just like them around the holidays. I just think they're fun to wear. So this is the limited edition polish of the collection, so if you like this one, get it, because I guarantee you it will be gone and if you wanted it, you will not get it, so make sure to get it if you want it. This next one is Presents Are My Olive You, and that's what they always say for Olive in June. I think it's super cute. All of you for I love you. They do that with all their communication and everything with me and just on their website and everything, and I think it's super cute that that's kind of like their thing. But I love this polish. It's kind of a warmer based pink, and it is a little bit sheer, and it has these gorgeous silver glitter pieces in there that are really subtle. I love to wear any pink glittery shades that are lighter like this in the winter time and around Christmas, and so I actually really like this one quite a bit. So I do have some comparisons for this one. This will take it's so close to 2 coats. I think you can get away with 2 coats if you do them a little bit thicker, but just make sure if you're doing your first layer thicker, you let it dry so that when you come in with your thicker second coat, it doesn't mess up that one underneath. Honestly, I would just prefer 3 thinner coats when applying this, because I just think the results are going to be a lot better. So let's look at what I compared this to. I compared it to Kiss by Miss from Essie. The base of that pink is a touch cooler, and it has kind of a blue shimmer in it, but that's the one it really reminded me of, but they're different. And then Mary and Ice it also reminded me of, and that one does have a more wider base, as you can see. I thought you would just want to see how that one compared. And then just Karate Kidding You is similar, but the glitter pieces are a lot chunkier. In that one, it's more packed with chunky glitters. So this one is quite unique, and I think it's so fun, and I think it's fun for Christmas time too. Then we have Biggest Bow, and I love to wear these fuchsia berry shades in the winter around the holidays. It's just so fun to have a bright crisp pink, and this one is a really nice one, and the formula is really nice on this one too. It's very creamy, so it's so close to 1 coat. In fact, I think you probably could get it in 1 coat if you did it a little bit thicker, but I would suggest 2 thinner coats for this one. But it did just apply super nicely, and it's a beautiful color, and I love it. And I was surprised to find that in all the million polishes like this that I pulled out, this one is a little bit different. Some are more red and some are more purple, and this one's kind of in between a lot of those. And so I have comparisons here that we'll talk about, but these are the ones that I found to be the closest, and I was just surprised that Essie didn't have anything that was exactly like this. And I don't have all the Essie colors, but I have quite a few, and none of them were exactly the same. But let me just show you these so you can see what type of color it is, even though it's not exactly the same as some of those. And so I compared it to Seventh Flower, one of my favorite polishes to wear this time of year, and it's very close to that. That one's maybe a touch darker though. And then Baha Moment and Raspberry are both a little bit more red, and those are different a little bit from each other too, and you can see that there. So not anything that was exactly the same in my collection. I checked thousands of times, but that gives you an idea of what type of color it is. In the Olive in June line, I don't have all their polishes, but I have quite a few of them too. I didn't find anything that was exactly the same as this. Wild Orchid was a little bit brighter and more purple, if I remember correctly. And then the new one that came out this spring that was very similar to color in this, it was a sheer polish, Radicchio, the Radicchio. I'll put it on the screen. But that one was quite sheer, but it was similar to that color tone. So I liked this one. It's a beautiful shade. Then we have One for You, Two for Me. I love that name. I think it's super cute. And this is a beautiful forest pine green. There has been so many pine greens coming out. This one does have a Crelly formula, and it does lean like slightly more jelly, but it does build up in 2 more coats. So it's Crelly, but it's very buildable. And I like that about it because I do think it gives it a little different look, and it makes it a little bit squishy, as I always say when I'm talking about those, and it is my favorite kind of formula. I do like this one, but it is so close to some other ones, and let's look at those really closely so you can see exactly how close. So I compared it to Off Tropic, and that one's slightly more blue if you can tell, but it's close. Orly Regal Pine, it was very close, almost exact, but if you look really close, that one is a little bit brighter, and it's not as muted. I feel like One for You and Two for Me is slightly grayed out if you look close. It's just a hint muted if you look close. And then I added Into the Trees so you can see how it compared to that, because that one is a little bit more blue leaning. They are a little bit different, but really when you look at them in regular light, they're pretty much exactly the same. You're not going to be able to see those differences, but I like to show you that close up so you can see those differences. Just know that they're all pretty close. So we're getting a lot of greens. We're getting a lot now. I'm starting to get confused about which one I like because there's so many now, and I feel like I want to lay them all out and see which ones are my favorites, even though I've already done a favorite greens video. You should check that out. I added quite a few more since I've done that video. But I like this one, and I think the formula is fun and a little bit different, so it sets it apart. So I also wanted to mention that the Regal Pine formula is pretty similar to this one. I say they're both a little bit curly, which I liked, so pretty close. I don't know. Let me know if you think you'll get this one. I'll be curious. Did you get Regal Pine? Did you like that one, or do you feel like you have enough greens? I just want to know what people are thinking about all these greens coming out. It's exciting to me, but then I'm like, man, there's a lot. They also had one come out in their fall winter quick dry line that was just released, and I sat down to do that review. Actually, you guys, I thought I better check and see if these are sold out, and half of those were sold out. I think there's 12 polishes, and I believe like 6 are sold out, and so I didn't film that because I was like, what should I do with that collection? I don't want to put it up and have people be like, oh, I want that, but now it's gone, because that's kind of what happened with the fall collection. So let me know what you want me to do with those. Do you want me to just do swatches on Instagram? Do you want me to do a full review even though you can't get them? I guess I need to find out if they will be restocking them. I'm not sure. Sometimes they do that. And you know what, maybe I still will film it because usually they'll say limited edition and I didn't specifically look for that. But give me your input on what you want me to do with that, because there's quite a few good ones in there that I think you guys are gonna like. But like I was saying, there's another green in there too. That one's a little bit brighter and has a little bit more blue, but it's very pretty too. But we've been getting so many greens that I don't want to get sick of them, but I need to really sit down and find out which ones are my favorites. But this one's really good. Whew, a lot of talking. A lot of talking. This next one is Last Minute Shopping, and I love this one. It's this deep charcoal gray. It has a little bit of blue, a little bit of green, and it's just a cool color. And it does have that curly formula, so it's gonna look pretty sheer on that first coat, but then it builds up really nicely on that second coat, and the formula is just really, really great. I just love this one, and I've debated whether to put it on, but I'm not quite ready for these deep colors yet. There's a lot that I wanna get through before I get to this. This is gonna be like late November, early December color for me, and so I'm looking forward to wearing this one. Let's see how it compares though, because I was surprised to find that there were other colors that were pretty close to this, so let's look at those. So I compared it to Climbing High, and that one's the closest, if not exact, and then Morgan Taylor Fa La La, that color is pretty close too, and then OPI Live in the Gray is pretty close to Fa La La, that color. And so I feel like Climbing High and Last Minute Shopping are pretty much almost exact, and I love them both. Of course, that one does have quite an opaque formula, and this one is a little bit more sheer, so that is the difference in them. I love a good dark charcoal. I feel like Olive and June doesn't really have any dark grays like this, at least that I have. I don't have all of their polishes. I do know they came out a few years ago with a collection that was all grays, but they were quite a bit lighter, like 100% Chance. That is one that stands out to me because I liked that one a lot, but this one's quite a bit darker, so I think it's good that they have added this to their line. Then we have this bright cherry red called Candy Dipped, and this is pretty much a jelly polish. I thought it was so fun to apply. I like applying these jelly polishes. I don't always like waiting for them to dry, and this one did need quite a bit of drying time. From swatching, sometimes I don't like that. And so you're gonna need like 3 to 4 coats on this, depending on how you like it to look, but make sure you're giving it ample dry time. I thought this would be pretty unique, but when I pulled out a bunch of Olive and June reds, I was like, oh, it's not quite as unique as I thought because it's similar to others. So let's look at those. So I compared it to Lollipop from the Quick Dry line. I love that one. It's so nice. It did have maybe a more opaque formula, but it is still pretty jellyish. And that one is maybe a little bit darker. I think it was closest to CV, which has been around for a long time. And that one maybe does have a slightly more opaque formula too, and maybe that's the difference with that one. ES is a beautiful coral shade. It has a little bit more white in the base, and it's definitely more opaque, so that one is a little bit different than the others. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what type of color it is. So if you have other reds by Olive and June, you might not need this one, but it does have just a slightly more jelly formula than those other reds, so that's what kind of sets it apart. Then we have this beautiful shade, and it's To Me You Are Perfect, and I love that name, and I love this polish, you guys. It's a beautiful deep burgundy shade. shade, and it has this beautiful shimmer in it. It's kind of like a red burgundy shimmer. It's hard to tell because the polish is a little bit darker, but it just like barely shows up, which is my favorite kind of glitter. I like it to be a little subtle and not so pout in your face. It is quite unique, you guys. It is so pretty, and the formula is just really nice. You have to kind of push the formula around a little bit. I don't know how else to explain that. It's a little bit thicker, so make sure you're cleaning your brush off a little bit more because you'll have to push around a little bit more polish. But I mean, it's just something you have to kind of get used to, but the formula is really nice and opaque. You can pretty much get this opaque in one coat. I can't remember what I'm showing you in my live swatch. I love this one. It's so good, and I can't wait to wear it this fall. I feel like this is going to be a good November color as well. I didn't do any comparisons because I feel like it's pretty unique, at least from what I have in my collection. Okay, so let's see which ones are my favorites. I'm trying to decide if I should put this green in because there's so many greens. Oh my goodness. I think I will though. No, I'm gonna leave it out. I'm gonna be picky because there's so many greens. I don't know. I think I like Regal Pine just a little bit better. I don't know. I'm really debating on this one. But I know when I look at the comparison pictures when I'm doing the editing, then I'll know for sure which one I like better. Because usually when I'm doing that and I see them all together, then I can be like, oh yeah, I like that one better. So let's just say I'm adding this because just in case. 1 for you, 2 for me. I'm such a dork, you guys. Okay, and then presents are my all of you, and I love that name, and I love this polish. I think it's going to be so fun, and the limited edition one I think is so fun and a little bit different is called Office Party. I just make sure you're getting a good top coat on this one. A few of the flakies were, they sometimes just get on top of each other a little bit, so just be careful with that. But it's really pretty easy to manage. I just noticed that in a few spots. And then this gorgeous burgundy one, which is probably my favorite from the collection, and it is to me You Are Perfect. So those are the 4 that I picked. Let me know which ones you guys liked down below, and hopefully I got this up soon enough so you can like check it out and get the ones you want. I feel like it's kind of a madhouse with Olive and June, and I think they know that. I feel like I want them to make sure they have enough for everybody. Hopefully they do that. But anyway, hopefully you can get the ones that you want, and let me know down below which ones those are. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.